Good morning. You guys hear me? Anybody? Okay, great, thanks. I'll go right at it here. The You can see in the 4 hour we've sold off and we're now at the bottom band. When you look at the daily, you could see how we're in one of these seems to be one of those crescendo type days. So we'll see. Last time we started to sell off and we arrested it halfway, we'll probably just get back down to that same area. I also think we're back in the bonds are getting killed. Well, they're selling off a bit. I mean, they're just coming off kind of record areas. It's a daily chart. You can see this kind of topping pattern, and now it's broken down. Just the one short of the NASDAQ so far. So we just hit Larry's second levels. Pretty extended. Let's see if we can hold. Doesn't seem like it.
We're headed back to 62 on crude. See if those levels can hold there.
Let's go through crude. Daily, we kind of had that breakout yesterday, and it's just hanging. Usually at days like this, it'll be pretty much back in fill. 4 hour a little extended. 1 hour, I would like to see it get down in this area. 57.80. I just think the market and the poor economic numbers are weighing on it. Going through stocks. This thing. I'll just put stocks right here. So here's the market. You can see looks like the Nasdaq's trying to bottom here. Gotta watch it. Could also see the VIX double top, so we'll see if that could be the bottom for the day. Apple. Here's the Dow. Here's the Nasdaq. Here's the S&P. Amazon. Alibaba. Got some wacky algos going. Banks, that's Citigroup. Let's go Goldman. High yield looks like it's getting beat up again. Go to big tech, IBM. Pretty heavy. Intel bouncing. Basically what I'm doing is I'm comparing it to what the NASDAQ futures are doing, and then I can see if there's any kind of relative strength. Right now it's pretty neutral. Google, Netflix. So the high flyers are heavier, but that's typical. Let's look at oil, Valero. Exxon's in there. More bullish than crude. And then rig, also more bullish than crude. Kind of a wash on stocks. Looks like that level's holding.
What do you think about crude here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I've got
Okay.
5 minutes short, 1 minute neutral. It definitely seems to have been holding.
Okay.
It's kind of a tough spot though. Like this area that Larry was throwing out in the room is much better to buy if you're looking to buy short.
What level?
It was like 40, 58 half.
Yeah, we're still looking pretty heavy here.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Big push.
I would call that profit taking on the crude.
That little bounce, you mean?
No, I just in general, it's gone up a bit recently. So, and then it did a
Oh,
breakout. So
you mean got it. You mean as a
long-term
separate.
people selling.
Yeah. Looks like it wants to retest some of these lows.
Yeah, it seems like it. Dollar's railing, so let's see if I can get stocks going up. I think the market's confused now. There's a change in the market, so it's been dollar up, yen up, stocks up, and then now it's kind of depends on the day. It flip flops. It's definitely pretty tough on that. Usually when I see my towels that start to change, you just gotta kind of unplug from them. I don't know, crude. From a technical pattern, you don't like fail breakout, big down move. It still has these higher lows, but just barely. Looks even more toppy on the 15-minute, lower highs, breakdown. This really has to hold here. Think if it took
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
58.40, it's probably going back down here.
Yeah.
We put the 5-minute back up.
Got down sloping bands on crude.
Yeah. When a 5-minute goes neutral, I'll let you know. It's short, so on crude.
Yeah. 1 minute is 1 minute what long?
Neutral, flat.
Neutral.
Got to wait for the turn in the market.
Yeah. Still seem heavy overall, you know?
Crude. I think everything's trying to bottom.
Yeah.
Might even get a second shot at this 37 area in the NASDAQ. Yeah, that crude that's a tough pattern. Flip a
Yeah.
coin. Well, it had its big day yesterday, so it's pretty typical for it to chill out the day after a big move. Any different instrument, stocks, whatever.
Yeah.
Crude is just trickling lower.
Yeah.
That was a decent washout low on the NASDAQ, how it made a new low, hit the stops, and then you see how it's got a wick and now it's railing like that. That's a decent bottoming pattern. Let's see if it can do back-to-back 5-minute candles long.
On NASDAQ?
Yeah. All right, done with that. Let's see what try to see what Larry was saying.
Yeah.
He was also saying on the call, and that's pretty common. The month end, today's the last day of the trading for trading day for the month. So
Yeah.
A lot of position
A lot of
squaring,
positioning. Yeah, a lot of
profit
positioning
taking,
into. Yeah.
booking profits, etc. Or actually, it's more booking losses. A lot of times, a lot of these fund managers don't want to show a losing position on their books, which is it's just cut your losses, right?
Yeah.
Definitely want to cut your losses. Nasdaq still trickling lower.
Crude seems like it's bottoming a little bit. Maintain those 62, that 62 number.
Yeah.
We'll see. Here it goes back down to it again.
Usually what I like to see would be you see it sell off, it rallies, holds, and then rallies a new high. So if you get a sell off and then a rally, it should hold and rally to a new high. So it's kind of critical candle, really.
Yeah.
If it was going to get going, it should get started, right?
You think so, right?
Just very much stuck in the mud. Now, Thursdays, the numbers, I think those Glencore numbers came out, so came out right here. Kind of was the start of this little rally. It's really just all sentiment. Now they'll start because I looked. There was an actual draw.
Really?
Well, the way they said it's kind of like a slowing increase, but in this case, it was the other way around. So the inventory was dropping. It was it was hard to explain what they were saying, and there's different levels, and it's not just one storage area.
Yeah, got it. That makes sense.
No, nothing makes sense anymore. Are you kidding me? Doesn't matter. Crude's going to
Nope.
where crude wants to go.
Exactly.
Well, the word is that most of the since they're kind of turning away or the price was low, it's going to elsewhere with the higher Brent crude price.
Going where?
Elsewhere, Asia, mostly Asia.
Got it. Elsewhere meaning location elsewhere.
Yes.
Got
Where's the?
it. Yeah, oh yeah. No, the training's not today. We're going to do the training tomorrow. I've got to run to a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here goes crude. Back to those lows.
That's weird. The 5 minute went neutral and the 1 minute went short.
Bottoming pattern, no.
Yeah, if it flips to the long side, then that could be. But it would it would need a lot of. It's got some work to do for that.
A lot of gusto.
Nice little 10-cent scoop. You could just see on the all the wicks here. There's definitely a battle going on. Let's just say with all these big wicks. Buyers and sellers are evenly matched. Although right now we're in downtrend, so bulls better get their act together, else. Isn't it back to that spot? Wait, it went down and then they held. Interesting spot. That'd be pretty bearish if this Nasdaq and S&P broke down. They're trying to hold at that area. Let's see on crude. It's tough. We're not really at an actionable spot. Very hard to get new momentum short trades into like bottom band. But strange things have happened, right? Here we go. They keep testing down on the Nasdaq. Let's look at the spread charts. Dollar's kind of turning the corner, so we'll see what that can drag crude down more. The yen is actually outperforming the S&P. That's been odd of late.
Yeah. Are we neutral in our 1 minute yet?
All short, 5-1.
Wow.
That's what I said.
Because, I mean, that's a good little push on crude right there. 1,000
Right,
contracts.
right. Well, like I said, it's at this, especially on the NASDAQ and S&P, it's take a pass on that.
Sellers are stepping back in, right?
Yeah, nobody knows what they want to do, right?
I mean, if you look at this from a 5 minute, you got higher low, higher high, trading at the highs, above the highs of current, highs of previous. I mean, this is a 5 minute pivot that holds on crude.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just look how choppy.
Certainly is choppy. Well, typically it has to make its there was the euro. Trying to goose the market up. We've got the yen rallying and at the same time the euro rallying, so that gets the euro yen going. That's the carry trade. We'll see if that should translate into.
But that should push crude down, right?
It's just the S&P. I don't know. Crude is actually pretty heavy. Shoot.
I mean, we're hanging in the 60, 62 level, though, you know what I mean, from the morning.
Um, your best bet for everybody is just to leave your apps on, and then I will get the May the May link out. Actually, I think it does. It still shuts off, so I'll get that sent out today. Time flies, right, when you're having fun.
Exactly.
May 1st tomorrow. Huh? It's been chilly here, so it's kind of go based on the seasons, not the temperature, not the calendar, right? You'd think it's April 1st tomorrow, not May 1st.
Big battle going on crude right now on a 1 minute. I mean,
No
it's
kidding.
just chopping back and forth.
I got way too many windows open. I know you always tell me that, but there it is.
Crude's going to take out these highs. Here we go.
Oh, you think I'll take it out?
I mean, a lot of sellers up here.
The 1 minute's neutral and the 5 is still short, so just stuck.
Yeah. And give it a retest.
Crude?
Yeah, it's going to head back up there to 79.80 and see what happens. 58.79's acting as resistance right now. Nice little bottom on the Nasdaq, huh?
Yeah, it's this pattern. You see the U.S. yen is railing at the same time the euro is railing, which causes the euro yen to rally, and then S&P and Nasdaq, of course, are like, we're in.
Sign us up.
So they kind of draw a line in the sand.
See some momentum here. If it takes out this 80 like it wants to, there it goes.
Where's the pro? There we go. To the moon. Probably should start dragging crude up, right? Crude's actually long on the 1 minute. Shocking.
And we're neutral on the 5, right?
No, and short on the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just choppy.
Pretty bearish pattern now. If it's we did put in a higher low on crude.
Yeah.
And,
Sure did.
9:45 highs to the 10 o'clock highs. A lot of volume on the drop here, relatively speaking.
That's a decent bounce off all those bands, right? That wick. See if crude can get going. Doesn't seem like it though, you know, it's just stuck in the mud. The numbers that came out today were pretty much, let's see. I guess initial claims came in better. Nobody left to fire. And tomorrow's construction spending in Michigan. Well, that's fine. That's not even really a number. Michigan sentiment. Oh, ISM tomorrow.
Yeah,
Manufacturing. That's a decent one.
See if this is going to be the number here.
For what?
Crude to break out. Take out these 80s.
Seems like it has some catching up to do. To the S&P.
Oh, got it. Not a lot of overhead here, though. It's got to work through.
Yep.
We're still short on a 5, though, you said?
Neutral.
Neutral on a 5, long on a 1?
Yes, sir.
Keeps getting whacked down.
What's that? Oh, crude, yeah.
Crude just keeps getting whacked down, yeah.
It's that darn no man's land.
Really?
Uh-huh. You're like, really? Alrighty.
Big push lower in crude here.
Yeah, it's I think it's still in a downtrend, so I'm not really.
Yeah.
In the short term, the longer term, just seems like more time marches on, it's lower highs. If we're to break that 58.44, it's going to be some waterfall action down here.
Yeah.
Which it's due, right? Sort of.
I mean, looks like it. We're coming back into, 59 support, though. I mean,
I know it's choppy. One time frame's long and one time frame short.
yeah.
And you go at the higher ones and the other ones the other way, the 15.
15 minutes short.
Mm-hmm. That's just I don't know what the pattern is called, but
On crude, you mean?
confusion.
Yeah.
Coil. So it's an indecision pattern. You've got lower highs, higher lows. So if you draw imaginary lines there, you got yourself a coil.
Yeah.
Typically 3/4 of the way through the coil, it breaks out, or it's supposed to. Lately, I've seen it go all the way to the actual tip. but
Yeah.
it should start to do something ASAP. God, it's just stuck. Yeah. So usually when you look at, so here's the 1 hour. We're doing this kind of
Eric just broke out.
stair step.
There was the trade.
Gone. Yep, there's the coil. Right on cue, huh?
Bishop ties your 5 to turn, right?
It was just long and it got out, so it'll get back in, unfortunately. That's just a quirk of it.
Yeah, well.
That's a pretty decent push, though.
Yeah, it is. Now it's 30 cents and
A minute?
yeah. Well, not even that. I mean, it was 30 seconds.
Almost seemed news related. No real dollar moves. I don't know what it was. Oh,
Shorts forcing some shorts to cover, though. You know what I mean?
yep. Got Euro Group. Talking trash. Greece. So they have all necessary plans in place for all potential outcomes. Trying to get the market to come down so they can get long. Look like it worked out for
Say that
them.
again. What are they saying about these? What levels do you have on the NASDAQ and stuff? What are you seeing?
Well, the new level, it blew through this one, so let me go. Right. I think the new level is 37-ish. Just leave it there. That was the daily buy, so
Crude's going to run into some here up here at 59s. Should push through it, though.
it held where it needed to hold.
Yeah.
This price action showing its thing. You can see now in that hourly. You can see it on the 15-minute. Let's go look at this NASDAQ. See if it gets the next push higher.
Yeah.
Amazing how choppy it seems. The higher time frames are crushing it.
Looks like crude wants to
Break out again.
keep it going.
Yes, sir. That right before this last little push, we retested the 58.62 lows again, and then that's where we've seen this major move here.
It's snappy. You see that move? It was just like
Yeah.
10 cents. Thank you.
Right back down though.
Not sure. Is there any news out in the out in the Gulf? Persian Gulf.
I mean, it almost does seem news related.
I'm checking right now.
Breaking out to new highs.
Not seeing
On
any
the
new.
5 minute. Trying to observe all those sellers from the 920 highs there.
Right. Well, it hit that top band, so it should take a break. We'll see. I'm not seeing chart-wise what would be a catalyst to get it through there, but from a 1 hour chart, that's a pretty down candle, kind of a down doji, and then that powerful a 1 hour up candle. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a tough spot to rally like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, see if it can hold here. Get another higher low.
Yeah, see if it's going to give us another push higher.
Kind of hang at the top end of the channel on the NASDAQ. Change this. The 5 minute.
See if we're going to retest these highs here.
Seems like it. Currencies are pretty quiet.
Are they?
I guess they're digesting all that important information they learned yesterday.
Right?
I think they just reprinted the same thing.
All over again?
Uh-huh.
I haven't looked at the red line yet, but I'm sure it was pretty close.
Got it. Come on, crude. See what you're going to do here. Gonna fall apart, or are you going to go higher? I think we fall apart here.
I'll go higher.
Is there a door number 3, right?
Flip a coin. Well, no, it's a logical spot for it to run into trouble, but it seems to be absorbing it pretty good.
Yeah. You can do it.
NASDAQ, on the other hand, is trickling.
Trickling where?
To nowhere?
To no man's land?
To no man's land? Almost made a lower low, and it didn't on the 1 minute.
On what?
On the 1 minute, almost made a lower low, but it held.
Getting toppy on crude here.
Toppy or choppy? Or both?
Both. If those buyers are going to step back in.
I think how you look at it is 1 hour when we're in a sell-off phase on the S&P,
Mm-hmm.
15, and then 5. So go back to 1 hour is just too much.
Yeah.
So if you want to start to see a turn in the market, one of these times it needs to make it's as basic as this, a higher high.
Yeah.
And then if you're looking, I think Chris and maybe some of the people were buying this morning at those. I didn't put what's the second level on his stuff, but definitely a better shot there. Now,
Yeah.
once the market turns, got to be really, and we had a bigger sell-off. I would say today was kind of a crescendo. you got to really watch for on the short side.
Sure.
Patience.
Patience, grasshopper.
Exactly, because you get these moves, and it's,
Move.
so you're not doing training right today.
No, no.
Okay. We will
All right, guys.
see you on the wrap-up call.
Yep.
All right. Thanks.